It breaks my heart. I am so proud of the girls. There are a handful of girls now who are suing their state's attorney general and the high school sports governing body that has allowed this to happen because of their discriminatory policies that exclude women from the women's category. Cannot believe this is happening.
Yeah, I have never seen an organization more committed to self-imploding than the WNBA. A few weeks ago, I made this video highlighting how it appears Brittney Griner said bleep white girl after fouling out in a game against Indiana Fever, the team that Caitlin Clark plays for. Some people like Jamel Hill, former ESPN host, says that no, she didn't say bleep white girl. She says bleep whack call, to which she then went on to call me a grifter for even pointing this out, but besides the point. You can watch and make up your own mind as to what it is.
Riley Gaines wasn't about to let this slide. As mainstream sports media scrambled to spin the story, Gaines stepped in with a hard-hitting reality check that's left the entire league on edge. What makes her intervention so powerful is that she speaks from a place of undeniable moral authority. She's someone with first-hand experience, facing unfair treatment in sports. Gaines is the swimmer who is forced to compete against biological males in women's events, and she had the courage to speak out while many stayed silent. She knows what it's like to beat tact for telling uncomfortable truths and has been vilified by mainstream sports media for defending women's sports and standing up for fairness.
Fox News, I ain't never seen this lady a day in my life. Why'd y'all hire this woman?
The USA basketball chair actually said it would be irresponsible to put Caitlin Clark on the U.S. women's Olympic basketball team, all while putting Brittney Griner on the team. I think with the extreme controversy that she brings.
Let me jump in, Riley, because you say it a lot there. I'm not sure what you mean by the controversy that Brittney Griner brings to the game. I mean, that's kind of not fair to say without explanation.
Well, I mean, I think given everything that happened overseas, given that she was put in jail, I mean, the controversy is certainly there, whether we want it there or not.
Not her fault and wrongly accused. Let's be fair. That's Riley. I like you a lot too. That's not right. She was wrongfully accused. That is not fair to bring that up. So we're going to delete that. Okay. Let's you and I continue.
She literally tried to tell Riley Gaines that Brittney Griner was unlawfully detained. What are you saying? Fox, get this lady off y'all.
When Gaines noticed the WNBA protecting some players while punishing others, she saw the pattern immediately. Her timing couldn't have been better, right after the league spent resources investigating false claims against Caitlin Clark's fans while ignoring real controversies caught on video. Gaines' response was nothing short of brilliant. She took to social media and called out Griner with surgical precision. She didn't just highlight the controversial comments. She framed the context that makes the situation even more absurd. The United States government literally traded a dangerous arms dealer, Victor Bout, the so-called merchant of death, to secure Griner's return from Russia. And this is how she repays that sacrifice. Gaines' point about imagining the roles reversed is devastating. If Caitlin Clark had been caught on video making similar remarks about Griner, the media uproar would be massive. Sponsors would pull support, and the WNBA might even suspend her indefinitely. But because it's Griner making the comments and Clark receiving them, suddenly everyone is playing the "we're not sure what was said" game. The double standard is so glaring that even casual fans are noticing. What makes Gaines' approach especially effective is how she connects this incident to the bigger picture. She's not just criticizing one player, she's exposing a league culture that prioritizes protecting certain narratives over fairness and accountability.
Thursday night, Indiana Fever and Atlanta Dream played. Indiana Fever is where Caitlin Clark plays. Atlanta Dream is where Brittney Griner plays. Now you tell me what it looks like Brittney Griner is saying here. For a little bit of context, this was in the fourth quarter after Brittney Griner fouled out against Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever would go on to win by 5. Now I'm going to tell you what I think she said. Let's play it back. Looks to me like she is saying trash and then calling Caitlin Clark a bleep white girl. Just a reminder, this is who Joe Biden traded for the Russian merchant of death. So many WNBA players hate Caitlin Clark so much when she is the best thing that could have happened to the league. And she's not the best thing that happened to the league because she's white. It's because she's a good player. It's because she's the best player. Now, imagine if Caitlin Clark said the inverse of this. It would be reprehensible, condemned, and understandably so. You've got all of these individual players. You have sports commentators, people like Ryan Clark, who constantly tout of the racial tensions that exist in the league, when in reality, they are the ones perpetuating and amplifying these racial tensions with their anti-white hatred for
When the media outlet Outkick tried to secure credentials to ask Griner directly about her comments, the WNBA denied their request. That's when Riley Gaines went all in. She highlighted the fact that no one has actually sought answers from Griner herself, except Outkick. Meanwhile, the rest of the sports media is perfectly happy to speculate and make excuses.
Not certain what Griner says. There is one way to find out. Ask Brittney Griner. However, no one has done that except for Outkick. It's been over 2 weeks since Griner said this. Instead, the WNBA was investigating a bogus race hoax made up by Angel Reese about Indiana Fever fans. And I say bogus because they found no evidence that supports Angel Reese's claims. So we at Outkick applied for media credentials to cover Brittney Griner's team, the Atlanta Dreams, game on June 6th. To which, shocker, they denied us. We've never had trouble getting media credentials with any professional sports league in the past, but wouldn't you know, now they suddenly have very limited space, which is total baloney. They just want to suppress any sort of uncomfortable inquiries from media. Regardless, we at Outkick are going to keep asking the tough questions, the questions that people want the answer to. And if you do call yourself a reporter or a journalist from an outlet like ESPN or any other sports outlet for that matter, and you have access to these settings and you're not asking those questions, you're really no reporter or journalist at all, at least not.
Riley Gaines just unleashed a massive critique on Brittney Griner and the WNBA as a whole, after Griner's controversial remarks. About Caitlin Clark being largely ignored, the former Olympic swimmer spoke up, voicing what many were thinking. She didn't hold back, leaving the league scrambling to manage the fallout. Was Riley Gaines justified in calling out both Brittney Griner and the WNBA's obvious double standards, or should she have avoided getting involved in basketball drama? The NBA has rarely, if ever, seemed more committed to self-sabotage. Recently, a video emerged that appears to show Brittney Griner making inflammatory comments about Caitlin Clark after fouling out against the Indiana Fever, while some defended Griner, claiming she was reacting to a referee's call. Her timing and body language suggest otherwise.